You coming today and sharing with us, like, it's not often we find a really great connection between a person professionally and personally, and how many times they overlap and intertwine. But just the way you put it today, and showed, like, through the lens of a person simultaneously being a lawyer, simultaneously growing their firm, doing a thing, and simultaneously the person that also needs to be looked after, and showing how both are possible. It's harder and so much more rewarding.
Yeah.
On walking the talk on that is the hard part.
Yeah.
People try, and they try, and they try, and they give up on it. And you're not giving up on it, and you're trying and trying, because it's not the first time you succeed at it. In fact, probably there are more fall downs along the way, and that's the hard part and the hurt part. But you stay with it, and you're so committed to this. I think it's like a huge. It's a huge thing to accomplish. So congrats on everything. Thank you so much for coming today.
My pleasure.
We get together like every so often, and then the last
we had
time,
lunch not too long ago.
right?
Yeah.
And then when we were having lunch,
That's when you asked.
I don't know what prompted you to like, we were just catching up, like, what's up, how you been, what are you up to? And I remember, like, one of the things with you always has been, not always, but since you started your work, starting your firm, your that phase of your career and your life, it has been demanding on you, right? Like, you go to law school, you do all the things you do, you figure, hey, I'm just going to keep lawyering. Like, that's what I'll do as a lawyer. So you do that, and you get pulled into this world of business and managing people, and who knows what else, leaky, pipes, everything,
yes,
right?
Actually.
All of that. Right?
Yeah.
And it's nothing you sit there and put in your business plan.
No. Yeah.
Right? And so when you see it all kind of come together, and you're realizing how much it takes out of you, right? It demands from you. And you're all making all these investments because there's a future in it. Over time, and I call it like it creeps. It's a slow thing, right? You when we would meet over the years, there was always this like feeling that, like, it's very satisfying doing what you're doing. You love the people you work with.
Yeah.
You love the people you're taking care after. All of that's really good.
Yeah.
And then there's this question about, like, but what about Christine?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you would be like, time for that. Where do you find time for that? And the kind of challenging part is, you think when you first get started, that's the really hard part. Yeah. And then you're like, well, actually, that was just the starting of the hard part. Yeah. And then there's another challenge, and then there's another. And you say one day, right? And I would always be like, when we would catch up, we'd be like, so what do you think about yourself?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm going to go to the gym. I got a trainer. Yeah. But then you'd also do, like, I went snowmobiling, I did all of this stuff. But still, yet, as you're going along this path, right? You're thinking, something about me still needs to, like, I want to do something more for myself. Yeah. Is that how it really felt? Like, was a voice, how early on is the voice actually there? And maybe on some level subconscious, maybe suppressed, maybe not. How early on, like, did you start thinking about, like, hey, I want to do something more for my own self, for my development? Was that always present? How loud was the voice? When you think about volume.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good analogy, because the volume would go really high and then it'd go down, because it might get drowned out by something else.
Right.
Or I might just turn it down. Yeah. Or something else happens.
Life.
I
got to travel to this place, that place.
Yeah.
Right? All of those things.
I'd actually say, now that I'm thinking about it, that it wasn't one day I woke up and, oh my God.
Right.
I got to do something.
Well, some days are like that, no?
They are.
And then it's like, there's a notification, and you go back to work.
Yeah, yep, squirrel. So it wasn't an epiphany.
Right.
It was because of what I do over the years. I see amazing clients, and I lose amazing clients, and it builds. So it's wonderful that I have the clients still, but it's always sad when one of my clients passes. And it's, again, life. You're mortal. So, oh my gosh, we need to live life now. And we say that in the office all the time. We need to live life now. We need to do something for us, just for us, stay healthy so that we are not one of my clients who maybe is in hospice, who maybe is last legs because perhaps they didn't take as good care of themselves as they should. All sorts of random thoughts about self-care.
That's very real. Yeah.
Right? So it wasn't an immediate, it was in baby steps.
Yeah, it builds.
Yeah.
Right?
It built and built, and sometimes it built up, and sometimes I might take a couple steps back.
Right.
So there was no one point in time. There were building blocks.
Yeah.
And I'm around people who are a little older than me, my age, maybe a little younger, all going through different things.
Right.
Doing different things for themselves. So I had amazing examples right in front of me.
Right.
So I had no excuse.
Yeah.
When COVID was not my friend. So I have to say COVID did some good things. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But it sort of catalyst, right, for getting me up and moving, which was the first conscious, okay, maybe I should just do something. So I did.
What was when you think far back, right? What was this kind of some things or like wins that you would say that you kind of had? And sometimes it's just a matter of like, this is what I'll do. Not today, but one day. What were like the kind of wins along the way? Those are wins.
Yeah, they are. They are. I don't know if you'd call it a win, but one of the women that's on my team, who is a few years older than I am, has been doing personal training for years.
Okay. She's a personal trainer, or has had a person?
Still has a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And she looks amazing. So she's in her mid-60s.
Yeah.
And amazing. I talk about an example. So I had no excuse.
Right.
So here I was, very active up until COVID, and then things kind of went flat. And she's still going to a personal trainer. She finds one 2 minutes down the road, says she likes it, and it built over the years.
Right.
Okay, if she can do this, I can too.
Yeah, there are.
And I signed up. That was the win, if you will.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And you were so, after you did it, when we talked, you were like, guess what I did?
Yes.
I did it. I've never felt better.
Yes.
Right?
And now it's a habit, and I won't give it up.
How long ago was that for you?
2021.
Right. So when you first started doing that, you now call it a habit, right?
Yeah.
You started doing this, and then it happens with something like personal training, hiring someone, engaging like services of others. There's accountability, all of that good stuff. But it's not like the other part of your life doesn't keep happening.
Correct.
The pipe will still break at the office, something in life, whatever happens. So then, how did you then adjust? Because when those things happen again, these new habits can sometimes take that step back and, then not sort of sustain. Yeah. So how did you, like, when those things happen, kept this as like your priority and found a way to
cram everything in one day? Yeah. So it's in my calendar.
Yeah.
And I made the commitment. Okay. I'm not going to give it up. And I've been tempted.
Yes.
I'll just, not go today. No,
like it's raining or whatever. And you could call in and cancel.
I got to do one more thing. Yeah. So I
People do that.
Said they do.
Yeah.
I said no. I also have a very flexible trainer who I might be a few minutes late.
That makes it easier for you to
It does, because now I really have no excuse because, I missed the appointment. I guess I can't go. No, she'll just wait. So I go. So it was in my calendar. It's in my calendar. It's my time, and I so enjoy it because you kind of touched on it. By having that outlet, it's an outlet.
It's an outlet.
I distance myself from everything because you have to really concentrate on what you're doing in training or you'll get hurt.
Right.
And my trainer is awesome, so she takes me out of my job, and we just chat. So having those moments to detach And it's now 3 times a week because I went to 3 times instead of 2.
It's not like your work has become less.
It's not
Maybe
less.
It's even more.
It's actually more.
So
it's
now,
more. But
so then,
I feel better.
Right.
I look forward to going to de-stress so that when things do happen, it's fine. No, and when I say it's fine, it's not always fine.
Right.
The stresses are still there. The challenges are still there. The demands on my time are still there.
Yeah.
However, because I'm taking time for myself with personal training, and it's exercise.
But the number of hours in your day hasn't changed.
Not at all.
Right? So if the number of hours hasn't changed in a day, the amount of work that you were doing before has probably increased and there's more demand on your time there.
Yeah.
How do you still, you can put it on your schedule, but you're the CEO of your world. You can hit cancel anytime you want.
Yeah.
And everyone will understand.
Yeah.
So there's also no real, I shouldn't say no real, but there is a point of accountability, but your accountability point is flexible.
Yeah.
So now it's even easier for you to hit the cancel button.
Yeah.
And yet you don't.
Correct.
And the other work you're doing, it's very important work.
Yeah.
You're saving the world.
Yeah.
Like you are really doing saving.
Thank
like
you.
you're taking care of people. Compliment. So then, in your mind, there's this equation, right? Like, and at the end of that equation is, take care of Christine or take care of the world is what it comes down to.
Yes.
And how did you move from cancel Christine to cancel world? Because that's what it kind of means.
Yeah.
Right? Essentially, in a very objective way. But then how did you keep that up? That's what I'm trying to wonder. It's not like the phone didn't ring, the messages weren't less.
Yeah.
What did you say to yourself aside from the invite?
It's an imperfect solution. So every day is different. I keep my 3 times a week training. I adore it. And it's 1 hour. Yeah. It's just maybe 45 minutes because I'm late.
Right? Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So out of my day, I could sit and have a cup of coffee and watch TV for an hour and not blink twice. So why can't I have that hour for training? So I have no excuse when it comes to taking care of myself.
Right. If you can do this, then you can do that.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
So does it impact what I do for my firm and my business and my life? Yes. So I know which days I'm not training, meaning my day will be long because I'm going to catch up from what I didn't do.
You just reorganize things? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So my days are long on the days I'm not training. And they're long on purpose because I try really, really, really hard. I shouldn't say the word try.
Yeah.
It is always my intent to not bring work home on the weekends. The weekends are for family.
Yeah.
That's it.
So again, and that's something that's very common amongst professionals who own their business, who do the work that you do to bring that work home.
Yeah.
And nothing against bringing work home. Your clients would feel great that you do.
Yeah.
And that's the level of care you have for your business.
Yeah.
You're caring for people that are elderly, of all sorts of demographics. And the work is serious work. So, there's this commitment you have to what you do.
Yeah.
And, but it's interesting, I always say, showing up to the gym is the hardest part. Once you get there, then it all works itself out.
Yep.
But before getting there, there's a million things that come in. This last minute thing, something urgent,
Always.
I forgot my shoes. Anything can happen. Did that ever happen to you?
Oh, yeah.
It happens, right?
And it's still not an excuse.
And you still find a way, to go.
Yep.
When did you sort of start going from having to try so hard? Now it's natural.
Yeah.
How long until it starts becoming more of that I have to do this and start moving to I want to do this? I don't
know. It just
how long? Yeah, how did that transition look for you if you look back? Because now you're starting to see results.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you put in the time, you feel better.
Yep.
I always say it's a package deal. When I take care of myself, I'm a better me for you.
Yep.
Right? So even if you're taking care of others, you can do more now.
Yeah.
So you start seeing the results.
Yeah.
But how long until, in your case, did you feel it's usually pretty organic. There isn't like a day it crosses over,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
But then as you notice, like, hey, I'm not having to try so hard anymore to leave this, put my work down. How long does that take? I know it varies, but in your case, like...
Oh, I don't know. It just happened.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you were to start thinking back from the days where you were like, oh, I gotta go, to like, you don't even think about it anymore. When does that start happening? And it could be a range too, right?
It just happened.
Yeah.
I didn't keep track.
You didn't track? So you didn't set like, nobody ever sets that expectation.
Yeah, if I'm not keeping track, then it wasn't recent.
Right.
So it probably would have been pretty quick.
Like you remember a time when you had something to do and you're like, listen, I got to take care of this right now. You know, I'll reschedule, right?
No.
And then, or did you never do that?
Let me think about that.
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
I think I treated it was... It
okay.
took a lot because it was, I know I have this, so I either have to get something done before, I have to come back from training, which I made the commitment not to do that. Once I left for training, I was done for the day.
Right.
I'm done. It's my time. So I'll pick it up tomorrow. I happen to I happen to practice in areas of law where I can do that. Okay. There are other arenas of law where you don't have that luxury. I don't know how those people make it work.
We'll find some of them, I'm sure. Tough.
It's interesting.
It is,
They're
right?
burning the candle at both ends.
Yeah.
I have facets of my firm that can bring about urgent things, but as my mother would say, when we'd come in crying about a boo-boo, it's, are you bleeding? And if you're not, go back outside and play.
Okay.
So the philosophy, as kind of rough as it sounds, is no different.
Yes.
Nobody in the areas that I work in, more or less, are dying right away.
Right.
Or you've got a judge snapping, you got to get it done, you got to get it done. You've got a higher power that's demanding something. That is just not the case. I can pick it up later. Anything that I have, I can choose to pick it up later. So I choose to pick it up later, and I give myself permission to go to the gym. And I feel much better after that.
You give yourself permission.
And then the thing that came up, I'm actually better able to deal with it.
No kidding.
So, it's the permission, you get there, you de-stress, and now you've got a clear head. So win-win. I'm good to go. I'm not exhausted. I'm not defeated. I'm not angry. I'm not distressed because I went and worked out.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of like when your phone rings.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you feel like you got to pick it up right at the first ring.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, you know, I'm going to finish this. It's going to ring 2 more times. I'll pick it up on the 3rd ring.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop ringing.
No.
But I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
In time.
Yeah.
And so that the definition of what's in time starts like evolving.
Yeah.
Because it's responsiveness. It's like the now, get back to me now. And then when you don't get back to people now, you realize, oh, hey, it could have waited.
Most, not all, most things can wait. Most. If it's really urgent, people find a way to get in touch with you. So I've taught myself not to pick up the phone right away. Right. It's okay. It's okay. I have this thing to do. I've got this other thing to do. I'll come back. I'll ask somebody else. So I have a wonderful team, and they help me out tremendously.
So there has to be, like, there's some redesigning going on there of that world so that at least it's kind of taken care of.
Actually, too true. Right? I lean more on my team than, as a result of training, I lean more on them than I ever have, and they graciously picked up the slack, and they just move on.
Right.
So there's lots of things that I don't even have to, they just do it for me. So it's a natural progression. But I work with really amazing people.
Yeah. And for their additional work, there's additional reward for them, or you're also watching their capacities, obviously.
Yeah.
But, you know, you started realizing that, hold on, they have this capacity.
Yeah.
They have this opportunity to grow. Yeah. They want to grow in this way. So there was a little bit of a trust factor for you.
There's a whole trust factor. Yeah. So you grow, right?
Because like you're like, I got to be the one to do this.
Yeah.
Did you Did you feel that before? It's me, it's my firm, it's my name, it's my reputation. I got to do this. But now you're letting go of that, whatever you want to call it, work. And you were trusting others to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's very true. It takes time. So
the first ones are the hardest, right?
It is.
Right?
It is.
That's it. That's kind of really what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah. And as a result, again, so COVID precipitated many things, and I had to really lean on my team in order to keep everything going, in order to keep the firm open, in order to make sure I could take care of my clients, I could take care of my team, that they were healthy and happy, and I was healthy. Well, they came first, I'll admit it.
Sure.
So that's the personal training, though, slipped in so that I could take care of me.
Right.
So without me, I have no firm. So starts with me. Without my team, I have no firm. So I need both, right?
Yeah.
It's a symbiotic relationship. So speaking of, though, you mentioned something earlier. So now that I'm taking time for training, I still have the same amount of work, actually more.
Yes.
So where does it go? So, I flex. So when I'm not training, I'm doing more.
Okay.
I'm still working at not bringing stuff home on the weekends.
Right.
Occasionally, I might have to.
Sure.
And I'm always conscious and aware of trying not to burn the candle at both ends, because burnout's real. It's
For sure.
absolutely real, and it's horrendous in a lot of the high stress
You were on your way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, we were just talking about earlier is like, they say it's not like there's a day you're like, okay, I'm burnt out now. It's just,
no, that's like, right. That's right.
It just creeps and creeps and creeps.
Yep.
And I always find also, like, I call it like your blessing is your curse, in the sense that the stronger you are, mentally, physically, whateverly, the longer it takes for the effects to really show. So the further down that path of burnout you already are, unknown to you.
Yeah.
And so as I saw you kind of like, develop your farm and grow the business, and I remember there were days you were excited at the beginning, and then it became like, like you were still obviously good at what you do. You loved why you were doing it, so your purpose was strong. Your why was there. Yeah. But you were fading. Your voice, yourself was fading. I felt like you were as a friend. Yeah. And then when you started doing this with the personal training, I was like, so what? How did you do that? Because to turn that around is hard. So you re-engineered your schedule. You re-engineered kind of like you redesigned kind of like your work. Yeah. You gave yourself permission. Yeah. I like what you said earlier about how you said, if I could sit around for an hour and drink coffee and do nothing, I can do this. Yeah. And it's quite often something else that comes up and interrupts our day, and you're like, well, that just took 5 hours or 2. Mm-hmm. How did I make time for that? Yep. Well, if I could do that, then I could do this. Yep. And it's pretty logical, right? Yeah, except you're not thinking logically, right? You're usually reacting to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Ah, okay. So it's also like going from that reactive to that decisive sort of way of doing things, where you actually take a step off the wheel, measure, and then you have to make time to do that, which is the rarest thing. You have to be deliberate, right? I think you have to be deliberate in order to achieve what you think you want. Yeah. You also will achieve other things you weren't where you wanted and or you were looking for. So you start noticing the results. You're a better you come back, your mind is clearer. Yeah. You're doing a better job at the end of the day now. You're doing more in less time, it would appear. Yeah. It actually does turn out to be that way. Yeah. You're more effective, you're more efficient, you're happier, you're better off. Yeah. And now even like your runway just expanded, you can do more, right, for more people. Which is a blessing and a curse, right? Yeah. So you're more capable, but like growth is a beautiful thing, right? Yeah. Like this is what it is essentially. Yeah. And did you at some points in time sort of say, because this also happens, it's a thought I've had or I've heard others having, going, you know what, it's like an acceptance, like a resignation to like, I'm just growing, I'm just getting old. So I should just accept these things about myself that are falling apart,
yeah,
which is actually burnout. It's got nothing to do with age.
Yeah.
It's actually burnout, but it gets translated as I'm just aging.
Yeah.
So you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And then there's this resignation. I'm not going to get any faster, slimmer, whatever our goals are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have that thought? Just kind of thinking, before you started this, something that kind of like reinforced the idea that, it's not worth trying even.
Actually, yes, but it wasn't physical.
Okay.
It wasn't physical. It was, and I'm not sure that it wasn't physical. I was, over the years, I had reached out and or advertised for a lawyer to join my firm.
Yes.
And I was not successful several times. So I hit that. I guess it's just not meant to be.
Right.
Which, when I was asked then by others, have you tried to, bring a lawyer in? Yes, I have. Not meant to be. Oh, well, did you try? I'm telling you. So here we go.
I remember that.
Here's the roadblock. I'm telling you now, it's just not meant to be. No one's interested. And it took a few iterations of that when people were asking me, who people generally cared and wanted to help me, and I would just shut them down, which finally consciously realized, oh my God, I'm not doing what I say people should do, which is you need to open your mind and open the door. What's going on here? Because I had just shut off all possibility. When you do that, you do shut off all possibility, and I didn't want to be like that. So I didn't know what to do with that other than I need to turn this around. I'd like to turn this around. And I just let that percolate.
Right. You kept the mind open though this time.
And some of this was coming to fruition or rising to the top as far as my thoughts. And speaking with another friend of mine who had been participating in various events, that, wow, what a change. When I say what a change, it wasn't instantaneous, it was organic, right? So he became more able to, more caring, more compassionate, more confident, more, right, without losing the genuine person he is. Actually, a lot like you. So he went about it through a particular set of events that he would tell me about, but never push. Just, this was a really cool thing, and this is the thing that I learned. Oh, that's really neat, says me. That's really neat. That's great. And he'd be one of those. So have you tried, advertising for it? Nope. Nobody's interested. Shut them right down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, how do you tell a smart person, right? Like that's the question on the other side.
Yeah.
You're smart. You're great at what you do.
Yeah.
You get paid really, like people tell you this
pretty
confirmation that you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
So if I'm good at this, I know how to think things through, and I thought about this.
Yeah.
When it comes to yourself.
So all of a sudden it's, why am I saying, I can't, they won't, it won't happen. All these negatives, which I hate myself saying. I don't like to be that negative person because there's always possibility. You just may not recognize what it looks like, right?
Right.
So I'm racking my brains. Okay, how am I going to get help? Versus bring a lawyer. So forget the bring the lawyer. How am I going to get help? What kind of help? What does it look like? So I just let the little hamster turn on the wheel. Is it this year?
Yeah.
Earlier this year, randomly after the new year, still kind of, okay, what does it look like? What should I envision? It's not just because I'm getting older. It's because I'd like to have more time for my people, give opportunity to somebody else. And I'm randomly looking online and I come across this event, which was a one-day event.
Because when you go online, everyone now knows what you're thinking.
Yeah.
And it kind of like...
Yeah. It must have been.
Can it read your thoughts too?
What are the odds I come across this thing? And I don't know if it was via LinkedIn or something.
Right.
But there's this one day, participate and it will do all these things for you internally.
Right.
And it was free.
Look for the free ones.
It was free.
Start with
Who
the
knew?
free. Yeah.
On a day, I looked at my calendar. Oh gosh, look at that! I'm
low
available.
barrier of entry there. It's like you can just go and.
Since I didn't have anything scheduled, I participated, and that started my journey with another event, which was that was free too.
But
and it was later in the year with more development of me.
So you did the personal trainer thing.
Yeah.
That's now your habit.
Yeah.
You're doing this.
Yeah.
And as much as you're now more successful because of having taken care after yourself,
yeah.
you just got like confirmation. Yet after doing that, there was still more.
Yeah.
You didn't stop there and say, "Oh, well, now this is it now."
No, because that was external. Now I'm focusing on internal.
Okay.
Which is almost, I think, more important.
So that's interesting.
That's one way to put it.
Well, yeah. Isn't it? Because growth is growth.
Yeah.
And the external growth that we take, that we do, is sometimes a bit more. It's easier sometimes to access.
Correct.
True.
Correct.
It's also, I think the internal stuff is also harder work sometimes.
It's harder work.
So I'm a procrastinator, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with me right now, the internal me. And so let's work on this.
Yeah.
But there had to be something that kind of, obviously you're connecting, like, hey, listen, when I put in the time, things got better. And as much as it was free cost-wise, there was still a cost time-wise.
Yeah.
You could have sat around and drank that coffee and had a hot chocolate by a warm fireplace with a blanket.
Okay, I kid you not, it's because the days that I was running, I had no appointments.
Right?
So I had no excuse.
See? But you're already in that mindset, right?
Yes,
the excuse part, that you're stronger that way now. And when you do some of these things that are external, they do tag along with it some internal growth, right?
So you know how you mentioned
your discipline
when
grows.
something happens, you attract more?
Yes.
And I absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess it was time.
Yeah.
And serendipity, I remember that movie, Serendipity.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I do like it. Michael Keaton is it?
No.
I thought it was. Okay. Some guy. We're going to have to Google it now and look it up.
Right? So, but a great movie. So Serendipity, and there was, and the second free 4 days was all about the individual in many different facets.
What attracted you about it? Yeah.
The agenda.
Okay.
And the different days.
What was on the agenda?
There were lots of different topics. So broad topics such as finding your inner strengths.
Mm-hmm.
There were topics external, such as business and learning about yourself in business.
Okay.
And it sounds very vague, just because there's a lot underneath it.
Yes.
There were days for physical health, so nutrition and exercise. Okay. And this was a 4-day event, and I committed to it. So I actually committed to it and was online, and I did it at home.
It was online. So that's
it was wonderful. Attended by many, many, many people. But I committed to it. It started at 8 in the morning and ended at whenever at night. So all day.
That's a long day.
It didn't feel like it.
Right.
Didn't feel like it at all. It ran by me. So physical, external, internal. You got out of it what you put into it. People were participating for all different reasons, and I was skeptical. I just thought I'd try it. I didn't have any expectations.
Like, I'll go day one.
Yeah.
Then if I don't feel
like it, it's free. It's okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. But I stuck it out. I made the commitment to do all 4, but I knew I could just stop if I didn't like it.
Right.
But nope, I was up every morning. I was ready to go. It started at 9 o'clock. Boom, there you are. And yeah, it was life-changing.
So I think some of these kind of self-development, internal development experiences, they're great, when you go through it and you're there with people. So the energy level, even though it's on a screen sometimes, the energy level, you feel different, like you said. The whole day went by and you come out more energetic. So it's kind of like at the beginning, it's nice, it's amplified, the results are right there instantaneously, you get it. So after the first 4 days you're doing this, you walk away. When you come out of this, did you start saying to yourself, or part of what happens in that day is you start kind of making some mental notes, I suppose, and start thinking about actions that you want to take immediately after? Is that how it works? What is it that helped you kind of sustain and then keep going after that first 4-day event?
So there were a lot
because Monday still the fire starts again and everything else.
There are exercises throughout the day. So things that you write down, things that you plan, things that you are acknowledging, repeating, want to do, wish to do, tips and tricks and tablets and tables and things that you could do.
On the first ones that kind of like
the first ones?
Acknowledgements.
One of them is business oriented, and so what are your challenges and what are you going to do?
Okay.
And it's actually for people who don't know where to start.
Right.
They're lovely tools.
Right.
And here's a nice
kind
organized way to start.
Okay.
And one is okay. What am I gonna? I keep saying that I want to hire a lawyer. What does that mean? And so what am I gonna do? And it came out with different thoughts than just hiring a lawyer, and doing nothing is
even though you'd gone through these thoughts
even
before.
Though I'd gone through, now it was deliberate.
Okay.
But there was a whole bunch of activities which were meant to encourage a person to uncover themselves.
And did you know this going in?
No.
Right. That's the cool part.
So I'll tell you what, there was, I don't know if it was the second or third day, which was exhausting.
Yeah.
And it was a huge exercise in internal realization. And I came out and I was bone tired.
Yeah.
Mentally, emotionally.
Yes.
It was a difficult one. Worth it.
Yes.
Worth it.
Yeah, they are usually.
I would.
That's the hard work.
This type of event is not for everybody. You have to want to be there, and I wasn't sure, and then obviously I was, but it was worth it, and so reveals unexpected things.
So isn't that interesting though, Christine? Like when usually we live in a world where I feel we need to know the outcomes before we start something.
Yeah.
What's my ROI?
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Yeah. You got a plan. You know where you're going, what you're doing, what you're going with.
Guarantees. Right. And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that it's loaded with expectation.
Yep.
And then, and so we're looking for the connections constantly.
Yep.
The difference here is you went in, no expectations, full of permission, no promised outcomes.
Yep.
So you're not, but the deliberate part is the keeping the mind open.
Yes.
That forces you to keep the mind open.
Yes.
And then when you went in there and you're doing this stuff, you're just concentrating on the exercise itself.
Yeah.
Then the outcomes came.
Yeah.
They were not promised to you.
Nope.
You weren't anticipating or expecting them.
No.
You trusted a process.
Yeah.
And an exercise.
Trusted-ish, sort of.
Trusted-ish.
Yeah.
You didn't even fully trust it.
No.
You did it.
Yeah, I was critical.
And it was hard.
Yes. Yes.
So why did you at some point in time where you knew it was tough, you knew it was difficult, you knew it was hard, you were exhausted. Mm-hmm. Why did you keep going that day?
Oh my God, because I learned so much about myself. So I enjoy learning about...
After all these years, you think you know yourself.
Well, I know I don't.
Oh.
I know I don't. Have I ever met somebody who truly knows himself?
Right.
I don't know that
There's always a discovery going on.
It always is a discovery.
But I think that's sometimes an assumption. I know, like you said earlier, it's meant to be. That's like I already know myself kind of a statement.
Yeah.
And then now you're like,
yeah.
Do I know myself? Oh, I'm learning about myself. Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. But it was hard.
Yeah.
I kid you not, it was hard. So how did I? So I learn. I love to learn about myself.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that likes to take those self-evaluation quizzes and courses and do the personality thing.
I'm afraid to find out what I'm going to find out.
Oh, I love it.
Is there a little fear there? Like, what if I don't like myself? What if I fail this test?
I just think it's so interesting. So interesting. Sometimes it's true and sometimes, oh, really?
Yeah, right.
But this wasn't a test. This was you discover on your own through the exercises that are put forward.
It has to be non-judgmental too.
It's very non-judgmental. There's no judgment. This is internal. This is you participating.
Like it's not a pass-fail. I'm a good person. I'm a bad person.
Not at all.
What is it then? What is it that?
Self-discovery. So uncover you.
Right.
Which once, in depending upon what you wish to do, I didn't have an objective. Okay, yeah, I did write one down. I'd like to know
yeah.
how to hire a lawyer.
Here it comes. Well, yeah.
That was it. That's where I started.
It was at the front of your mind, right?
That was it.
You don't have to work hard on that.
Nope.
A lot of people have this. You can just pick one.
So what I discovered was nowhere near that.
Yeah.
It was personal.
Yeah.
It wasn't business oriented.
Isn't that crazy how that goes?
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Love that.
But it was worth it. So about me, one of the activities was grading, the importance of different facets of you.
Yeah.
So there's, I can't remember the wheel, but one of them is relationships, one of them is business, and then there's like 7 different arenas or areas.
Right.
And you judge whether you're satisfied with or not, and then there's little definitions for what that means.
Yeah.
And mine was not business. I was good with business in its different facets. Yeah. So, okay, now what?
Wow.
Now
right?
what? Yeah, but not so much with relationships.
Huh.
So that's what came out of the entire 4 days was, holy crap, goodness gracious.
What's really going on here is...
Goodness gracious is one way to say it.
Yeah.
And I don't know about anybody else because I kid you not, I didn't care about anybody else.
Yeah.
It became about me.
You're not copying anyone else's questions or answers on this.
No,
this is all about you.
This was about me.
You can't get it wrong.
No. And it was a recognition, for me, it was a recognition that my most important thing in my life is my relationship with my spouse.
Yeah. So there's a level of honesty you have to have when you're going through that.
Yeah.
Quite often, we fill out an answer on things like that are like, well, if I write this, it's going to mean.
Yeah.
But then you're honest.
Yeah.
And, over the years, it's not like you're not an observant person. Yeah. You're observing so many things. But it's where you decided to shine the light for a second. And I think it's pretty cool how they allow you to, I think that's the trick, right? Is like it's saying, you go in there with something that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And they already know it's one of these 7 things.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, you're looking at one thing and then you're realizing, oh, there's these 6 other things.
Yeah.
And then you start looking at it and shining the light.
Yeah.
And so long as we're honest, we start going, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And then you just follow the rabbit hole, I guess, and keep going.
You follow the process. There's a process.
Right.
And I committed to being honest.
Yeah.
So it was for me. There's nobody else is going to look at this.
Right.
I'm not publishing it. Nobody else gets to see it up on the screen.
Right.
You're not called on to share. You don't have to share.
You have everything to gain, nothing to lose.
That's right. So if you commit, you get what you put in, right? You get out what you put in, always. And so I did the work.
That's where ambition comes in, right? You want more out of it. You just become more honest.
Yeah. Well, the more, I don't know about anybody else. The more that I learned, the more that I wanted to participate, the more that I wanted to, the more.
Yeah.
And some things were hard. I be honest.
Yeah.
Really hard.
Like showing somewhere up on time to go see your trainer. Yeah, that was hard once upon a time.
That's not the hard.
That's right. But it's, when you first looked at it back when we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
That was hard to show up for.
Yeah.
But you had done some hard things already.
Yes.
According to like the professional. And you
Yeah.
have always been that, Christine. You have always been a great professional. But I know you as like, okay, Christine, the person who I'm like huge admiration for. And as like, you apply yourself so well professionally. I don't know personally, right? Like everybody has what they do. And sometimes we would talk about, hey, this or that or the other. And then I'm seeing you go, and as I hear you talk about your wins, or not just you, by the way, everybody. Yeah. When we talk about our wins with work, it's pretty much fun. I did this. Yep. But when we talk about our wins with life, there's a different vibe, a different tone. Yeah. I heard that tone when we last caught up. Yeah. It was a different tone. I was like, what is this? Yeah. And so...
Okay, so the culmination, I mentioned earlier, a day or two ago, just a random thought, as a continuous build flow from all the things that I've been doing, including this event where I discovered lots of stuff about myself, is a realization, a conscious realization that I finally feel like I fit into my skin. I am so happy to be just me.
Yeah.
And unless you go through this, something similar, it's hard to explain. It's more of a, I don't have anything to prove to anyone. I don't have to look a certain way. I don't have to act a certain way.
Right.
I am who I like who I am, and I'm quite happy with being me. You say it, oh yeah. But it was an actual, almost physical, wow.
Now you feel this way more than before.
No, I truly feel this way.
Yeah.
The before was just lip service.
Okay.
I was always judging, comparing to others, but I'm not anymore. I'm quite happy with just me.
I think that's why they call it personal development,
yeah,
right?
You think?
But like, no, I mean, why I say this is because for a lot of professionals, business owners, people that are thriving as their professionals, I make the sort of the equation of, because I'm growing as a professional and I'm succeeding as a professional, therefore personally, it's coming along. And they're two separate things, and they don't necessarily move along on the same in the same way. But because in the professional world there are metrics which are like, you know, hey, you're getting promoted, you're making more money, Whereas in the personal world, it's not so clearly rational. It's more emotional gains. And emotion is always the harder part than the rational. And those are the two. So now you've done the rational work. I can lift this much. I can jog this much. I can this much. The emotional world, their measurements are like, ooh, all over the place with the scales. And it's hard emotion. Emotion is a lot harder than rational. So now you've exercised and you've gained rationally, and now you're dealing with like the personal growth, which is mostly emotional, and that's the hardest thing. And it's easy. I should say easier to quit, but it's more justifiable to quit because that is so much harder to do. So how did you, when it comes down to the emotional stuff, because the emotional growth, you could say personal growth is like emotional growth,
you could.
And the personal challenge is an emotional challenge. So how does a person who is so, and you know, as you kind of, your status, you are Christine Burchett, you are you can't leave, there's no room for emotion here, right? Like we do this, I've done it. Did that happen where you're like, I have to allow the emotion? And then how do I allow the emotion without feeling weak all of a sudden again? Was that feeling there? Because I feel it when I go through this. You feel all of a sudden like really weak, really vulnerable emotionally, right?
So I would say for myself, I always, let me think about this. So I don't, it wasn't conscious for me as far as whether I'm emotional or not with my clients.
Right.
Rather, I care for my clients. So from day one, I treat them as if they're part of the family.
Right.
So it's not a matter of being stoic.
Sure.
It's a matter of, I really care for you.
Sure.
How was your day?
Right.
Where are you going after this? Oh my God, that's so amazing. Your grandkids came to see you.
Right.
So emotion comes into the picture always.
But you did separate business and what you called relationships.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
So the emotional connection was always there at a professional level. It wasn't conscious. I have, so I'm not an island. I have people around me who give amazing examples, and then by osmosis, you kind of take it in, and they support, and they don't judge. And it's true that I believe I should be the strong one because that's my role. That's my job.
Right.
And I consider it my job. I'm not giving up that job because that's the responsibility I took on when I took on a firm and I hired people. I care for them. So there is a hierarchy, though, as far as care, that I have to be careful of.
Yes.
And I became conscious of, oh my gosh, I'm not giving enough care I'm not giving enough care, which sometimes is emotional, sometimes is time, to my personal relationship. I'm giving a lot of care to my job and my employees. What about me? What about my husband? What about my home life? So now that I'm aware, I took away, because the 4 days, human mind takes 5% of what they hear in an hour. So that's not a lot in 4 days.
0.5%.
Maybe, yeah.
0.5% here.
Mine was a recognition that my relationships matter most to me. My personal relationships matter most, meaning from my husband and then out. So me, my husband, then out.
Yeah.
That's just what came out.
Right.
So how do I ensure that I don't lose focus? Because it's really easy to, right?
Yeah,
how you said. So all of a sudden, emotions are hard. And you revert back to what's easy, which is the outside physical. That one's easy to do, but not the internal.
Yeah.
So I keep it top of mind. That is every day. I don't bring work home.
Do you put it on the calendar? It's like kind of like mentally now?
Mentally.
Like not on the actual app.
but
like
mentally. So I'm present.
Oh.
I'm present.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one for me. I'm present. If I feel like I'm getting angry or upset or depressed or tired, I'm just tired, I'm exhausted, I don't want to do this anymore, I smile. Because when you smile, it affects everything. As goofy as it sounds, I kid you not, yes, smile, wow, just smile.
Right.
So that's a mantra. Even as I'm driving along, I can't believe it. The weather's crap. Horrible.
Well, I heard you make that sort of self-correction earlier. You were talking about try. I don't want to use the word try anymore. You actually had to you're doing this now.
Because it's so easy to revert back to what's been lots of years of habits. I'm not going to tell you how many.
Well, they die hard, right?
Yes, they do.
Habits, right?
Yes, they do. So you build new ones.
Yeah.
And so it's smile.
You know
that works
funny?
for me. I'm not saying that it's the be all and end all for everyone, but I kid you not, you smile, things change. And I shared that with my team at work.
Yeah.
So
in a law firm of all places.
In a law firm of all places.
It's serious work you do.
And it
You're
works.
not smiling, but you smile now.
Yeah. What do we do, people?
Imagine that,
smile.
a law firm that smiles.
Yeah.
I heard or read somewhere, they say, you can't change the future, you can change your habits, and your habits change the future.
Yeah.
So there is a way to change the future, but through changing habit.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what leads us all to kind of where we are, our habits.
Yeah.
So then you go through this change of habits.
Yeah.
And where you focus.
Yeah.
You've shown that so many times where that exercise where you look around the room and look for everything that's rectangular.
Oh yeah.
And then now look at everything that's yellow, and you're like, what?
Yeah. Yes.
Right? That exercise.
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh my God, what I focus on is what I realized.
Yeah.
And every time you focused on something, you've always found the tools, or people appear, or things happen, and then boom, off you go along your way.
Yeah.
Starting with the person who was doing the personal training, and you went that way, and then you were looking for something in business, and look what it leads you to.
Yeah.
But it was the willingness to sit down and stop reacting to all the notifications, and then look for a moment through the window from this side, and actually look out that window and see what's there.
Yep.
That was you had to be deliberate about that.
Yes.
This stuff doesn't happen without you doing something.
I did the work.
It doesn't land in your lap necessarily.
Nope.
Right?
I did the work. I was willing to do the work once I was convinced the work was worth it. Because, totally skeptical.
Does it always get easier, or there's still hard parts?
Nope.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be easy.
You just get stronger.
If it was easy, everybody would be easy.
Yeah.
But no, it's not.
It's easy to go the other way.
Sure. But it's worth it for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely worth it. And it's a challenge. Hey, could you not? I like challenges. Something that I can sink my teeth into.
Yeah.
That keeps me occupied and engaged. Why not? So emotions are engaged. That's a really slippery slope to work through. It's I don't believe that you control emotions.
Yeah.
You have emotions. Can you change an emotion? Sure, by smiling.
Yeah.
Right.
So how ironic is it that you put down business as something you're looking for?
Yeah.
You go to relationships.
Yeah.
And does your business get better in the end?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Oh my God, it's so weird. So I go through all of this thinking, oh no, okay, so I do this and this is great, this is great, this is great. And then I'm looking at oh my goodness, I'm losing money. I'm not losing money, but I'm not making as much. Where's the money? Am I not working enough? I need to work more.
Right.
So I work more and then more work comes in.
Isn't that interesting?
I have a lot of work, which I'm grateful for. So there you go, self-fulfilling. And what needs to happen happens. Not because I'm depressed and now I'm negative and saying, oh no, there's not enough.
Right.
It's, oh, I'll just work more or do more or I'll something more.
Right.
Or I'll say yes to something and it builds and I get more.
I find that like when it comes down to personal development as well, and I always I guess the theme that keeps coming up when we chat is personal and professional, right? The personal and professional. Yeah. And we feel like we got to sacrifice that personal for the professional. Sometimes. But then we realize as we can't neglect the personal, right. Personal relationship, personal self, personal whatever. Yeah. And when we do more on this personal side, yeah. And that's the whole thing that I really think you highlight so well, is that they say, don't take it personally. Business is business. You know what I mean? Like, we learn this.
Yeah.
I'm a business student. Yeah. I love business.
Yeah.
I enjoy the challenge and the wins.
Yeah.
But isn't it interesting how business succeeds when the person succeeds? You know? And by focusing on you and the person and the relationships, both are now better. Yeah. So by towing business first and letting the personal lag behind, it wasn't sustaining.
Correct.
Versus when you put the person ahead, the business does come along. Yeah. And that is sustainable. Yeah. But the priority is different here. It's this one and this is that how you felt was a big shift too now? Like
it is. It is a big shift. And it's, to your point, it's easy to concentrate on the overt, obvious physical business, right? You have a bottom line, money going in, coming out. Right. Files coming in, going out. Done. Easy. Right. Easy to measure, quote unquote. But it's just that's just the external result. Yeah. How do you get there?
Yeah, and how long had you been a lawyer before this started really coming to where this? Like, but
that's
I don't want to give that away, but it's true, right?
So, which is fine because I needed to grow.
Right, timing.
And get to a point where then, okay, personal, you don't want to neglect that, which is so weird because I say all the time, make sure you concentrate on yourself first, says I, while I don't do it, but now I am. Right. And to your point, it is absolutely better. Right. For me, it's not an overt 180 shift. Sure. Because I've always been me. Yes. But it's because now I'm more conscious of what I'm working on, what I consider important. It comes across in the business too. And one interesting facet is, you mentioned it's just business, don't take it personally. So that's important because I take things personally. I care. And then it upsets. Does. Well, not everybody.
Yeah, well, I think they're not being honest when they're saying it's not taken personally. Yeah, it is taken.
It is
and
personal.
The more people say that, I found that don't take it personally, I think those are the ones who take it most personally, actually.
Probably.
Yeah, that's been my experience. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying this is general truth, but just from what I've seen, how do you not take things? It is you. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's your reality. So it is personal, whether it's business or not. Yeah. And I feel like because we shut that out so much, that's what I love about what you've talked about and what you've experienced, and you've just done it naturally yourself. Yeah. Is that it was like business, and then the person is like, I hate to use the word dying in there, right? Yeah. And then the person, the emotions, all of that, which is like capped. And then when you finally give it its space, there's a volcano a little bit sometimes here and there.
Yeah.
And that nobody wants that. Nobody has time for that.
Yeah.
And then you dealt with it and you're like, you know what, you got through it.
Yeah.
And here you are. And I've never seen you sound like you're more thriving than ever before. And your business has never been better before than, in terms of like how now you see it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whether it's one metric or another, or just the quality of it.
Yep.
Never felt more, I hate to use the word balanced or thrive, but I like to use the word thriving. Like, I really feel like you're thriving.
Yeah.
And you feel like it too. And just as an outsider observer, I was like, and a fan, I was like, wow, look at you go. Look at you go.
Yeah.
But there is something that somebody might say now to you as like, Christine, you can afford to think this way because, you know, look at, you've got a team, all the people around you. Isn't it ironic, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's ironic because I'm just being, you know what I'm being.
Yeah.
So, but like, I really feel like why I'm asking you to be here today is because you managed.
Yeah.
And you know, you wear your shoes, you know, right? That it's as hard, maybe harder for you than it is for a lot of others. Yeah. And so people say that, like, listen, I'm at a phase in life right now, I just can't afford. Yeah. I can't put the time aside. Yeah. I don't have that luxury of being able to say, I'll get to it on the third ring. Yeah. That's what people think. You thought that, of course. But for somebody who's sitting there going, I don't have this luxury right now to do this. You know, what do you say to that? And I mean, it's true. It's a real feeling. You really felt like you couldn't get away. You did.
I would be the one to say, I'm sure I've said it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have time.
Right.
You may, but
possible.
I don't.
I've tried it.
It's the negative. The no.
Right. So what do you say to that? What do you say to that mind or that voice? Or to that voice that's inside somebody else's mind that really wants to do this, but that first step is like, I can't do that right now. And you had to one day say that. What do you say to that voice?
Well, so as long as they say can't, they never will. So I made my excuses, whatever your excuses are. I made my excuses, and none of those excuses existed at the time that this first event came up. Oh, I don't have the money. It was free. I don't have the time. I checked my schedule. There was nothing on that day. Okay, that's no excuse. Well, it might not work. So what? A lot of things that we do don't work, but you try it anyway. Well, I do anyway. I try it anyway. So the excuses that I otherwise would have said, I can't afford it. I can't do it. I don't have time. I can't. I have something else. None of that existed. So I had no excuse. I'm either going to put up or shut up. So it was just for me. So nobody else is going to know. So I just did it. So anyone can just do it. It was online. It was at home. I think the first thing that I did, was it a full day or half a day? I can't remember. It wasn't that long. If you can sit in front of a TV and watch your favorite soap opera every day for an hour, you can give that up in one concentrated time and do it. So good luck finding the excuses. If you have a family member that requires 24/7 care, there are people that you can actually call on if you wish to do it. I'm not saying that you should make it a priority. Everybody's different.
Right.
Mine, these events and the timing of them just came along at a time where I had no excuse. So if I have no excuse, then what's my excuse?
Right.
And the luxury of time, my friend, I don't have that.
So you see, like, I mean, I feel like those opportunities are always there.
They're always there.
And your readiness to do it is actually always also present.
Yeah.
It's just when you...
So I took the step.
Yeah.
And I did it. So it's taking the step. That first step, always the hardest. Always the hardest. So yes. Then came that, well, there's another event coming later, and it's free. I don't know about that.
Right.
You know, maybe, I don't know, I'll check into it, because I might not have time. Might not be able to afford it. And again, I had no excuses. And because I had a great experience the first time, I did the second one.
And now it's a habit.
Yeah, because from that one, I signed up for a third.
Uh-huh.
And I can't wait for it. It's going to be hard.
Right.
These are not easy. it solves all your problems, events.
Right.
That is not it at all.
Yeah, you're not going in for the outcomes.
Nope.
You're just going in there for the work you want to do.
It's the process.
On the self.
And it's going to be hard.
I can't wait.
My husband said he's just going to join me. So.
You're number one.
It's meant for couples too.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so excited for you.
Okay.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
You know, every time you've put your mind on something that I've seen, sometimes you don't even put your whole mind on it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I just thought I'd try it. Remember when I first got the email? So, you know, what are you thinking?
Yeah, right. And isn't it interesting you were thinking about growing just before that email came to grow your
How random was that?
Random, right? That's totally a question. Random. Yeah. So it's amazing how like the universe works and aligns when the mind is like does what it does. But over all of these years that I've known you and I've seen you do it, I've seen so many also do it, right? In what I do. And I worry about them and I worried about you and I was like, oh man. But I don't know what these solutions is. I'm not walking in your shoes. How could I possibly tell you anything? So I was like, I'll just cheer you on. And then you did this. And I was like, wow, good for you.
Well, you're one of my examples. When I say I'm surrounded by examples, so I have no excuse. Right. I cannot say that I can't do it because I have people around me who did it. So, okay. Wonderful, because they're sustainable examples too, right? So when you do have support, it helps tremendously. That is no lie. It's hard to do things for yourself to improve yourself if you're surrounded by circumstances and or people that are not supportive.
Yeah.
It's tremendously difficult.
That's also a step, right?
Yeah.
Fun. And you're one of those people somebody can surround themselves with now. Mm-hmm. You're one more person available. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for doing this, for having the courage, for sticking with it, doing the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Committing to doing that hard stuff is like it's a massive, just like a mental commitment to it. It's the hardest stuff you've ever done.
Yeah.
And nothing more rewarding though.
Correct.
And to come here and to like really just to share your experience with it. I really, really appreciate it, Christine. You're always so helpful to me, and you come out, and this is your second time you've come out. I know the first time you came out, like you're like, yeah, that was cool some time ago, so you supported by coming out, and this time you come out. I'd love to just hear your perspective as a person who's kind of come out once when we first got started, coming out again. What's maybe your experience been like coming here, and how do you feel? Kind of like, I'd love your perspective and feedback on what we're trying to do here at the Breaking Show.
Funny, because wholly different perspective.
Yeah.
So when I first time was to support you, because you, I don't know, I think it was number 3.
Yeah.
So of course I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure what to expect. I would consider my time at the first one here to support you.
Right.
So, which is great. I always support you. And you ask me again, of course I'll support you.
Thank you.
Okay. But compared to now, I'm a different person.
Amazing.
So I'm still here to support you. And I'm hopeful that what I have to share is more relevant and personal.
It was the first time as well, by the way.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely. And this time very relevant as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like then I was a teenager and now I'm an adult-ish.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to grow up like that. But sure, okay. Well, you are the more mature one out of the two of us. So that's great.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So welcome.
You did one more thing. You asked about this format and the experience. I thought it was a brilliant idea from the get-go, which is why I was so totally willing to support it. And the fact that it's continued to grow and evolve is, I think, pretty self-explanatory.
We're still having fun.
Right? Yeah. And you get to meet people and talk to people and find out things. Just random things.
Go to complete strangers
which
online and invite them here.
The more the merrier. And for a format that encourages honesty. I think it's really important these days. What with the not good things going on, having a program that's just for people, to help people and bring a little bit of honesty and caring. Why not?
What's the best that can happen, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome.